projects that you showed in your resume? What all was there in your resume for this internship?
So my first project was obviously the Engage mentorship project, which I had done, like the Microsoft Teams clone app,
Mhm,
and
mhm,
yeah, it had like currently we are video calling each other. It also had that feature. Then it had the
mhm,
feature to share your screen, or it also had
mhm,
authentic, like you can log into your account and then chat with your each other and all that stuff. My
mhm,
second project was a bit easier. Actually, I had done that because I was frustrated with the limit of long long while doing competitive programming. Long long
mhm,
provides a limit of around 2 raised to 64, that is around 10 raised to 19 only, right? So I
mhm,
implemented a big integer class which is not present in C++, and it can go to around 10 raised to 10 raised to 5. It can hold integers around 10 raised to 10 raised to 5. So I
mhm,
implemented that class to be used while doing my problems. And my
mhm,
third project was also a easier project, like using Pygame. I created that Flappy Bird game that we used to play
mhm.
when we were kids. Everyone must remember that
Yeah.
game.
Mhm. The one in which when you click it goes ups and down. That one,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. So which language did you do this in?
My Flappy Bird game app was in Python, Pygame. Then
Hmm.
Engage project, I used Node.js primarily and React.js for the front end part. And
Mhm,
for my obviously with integer class, it was C++ because I
mhm.
implemented it
Right.
in C++.
Right. And did you take anyone's help, like seniors maybe or anyone?
Uh, for my project, I took help of one of my, because actually I was quite a newbie in development at that moment. So one
Mhm,
of my friends, he was quite good at that, and so I took help, like which framework to start using, because I had to start from the scratch and there was not enough time, only 1 month time to implement that project, right? So I couldn't
mhm,
explore many frameworks. So I directly asked him which would be the best framework to be learned directly, and he told me that Node would be better because over here and stuffs like that. Uh, Other than that, for projects, I didn't take much of the help. But as I mentioned, that my projects were like just because I wanted something, I started doing it and some stuffs like that. But
mhm.
for my competitive programming, yep, I asked my college seniors about how to start doing competitive programming and also other stuff.
Okay. Huh. Okay. Also, you mentioned previously in the interview that you had mechanical branch in the first year. So, like, what did you have
Yeah.
a plan B? Like, if you were not able to switch and not come in the top criteria to change your branch, then what would you?
To be honest, like mechanical in IIT Guwahati is not bad. So, like even if Microsoft doesn't open for mechanical department, many other companies do open for that field. And I was confident in myself because one of the toughest subject, MA 101 or real analysis and all, I had already been I had already been taught in Empratash Academy. So over there where many people lose their grade, I had an almost confirmed 10 grade point, and hence I was pretty confident that I would be able to switch my branch to at least one of the circuital branches.
That's great. That's great. How many students of MPA did you that you knew were able to do the same thing that you did, switch the branch?
To be honest, many of my friends did switch the branches. Some of them got branches, but they didn't take it because they felt that it would be better. They have a much better branch, even though they
Mhm.
had the chance to upgrade their branch. Like I would
Okay.
say, around 70% had switched their branches from Emprakash.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, and also, so like you had you were going to choose computer only, even if you couldn't switch your branch, you were going to go with computer itself because some other companies would allow you to sit in their interviews. You would do mechanical just
Uh,
for the formality, right?
Yeah, for
If
mechanical,
not.
it would have been for formality. Electronics and communication, to be honest, I had some interest because of my E101 first semester, like my first semester course, because that was pretty
Mhm.
interesting course. But
Mhm.
yeah, electrical is a pretty tough branch that I understood after coming into my third and fourth semesters, and
Mhm.
hence I dropped off the plan.
Okay. 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 Now, just for the common viewers, those who are in first year or second year, like, what would you recommend them? Like, if they want a study plan, so what would you recommend them? Where should they study mainly DSA from? And what should they focus on mainly? DSA or any other topic whatsoever?
I would suggest at the start focus on DSA, because to get into any company you require DSA. But yeah, it is one thing that after getting into the company you would require other skills, like you would require some knowledge about development or machine learning or all other stuffs
Mhm.
after getting into the company. But over there they also provide you with some amount of training days, and you can learn in that span of time. So I would
Mhm.
suggest work on your DSA skills, and that would help you at least get inside.
Okay, and basically in this interview, what all questions were you asked about, like DSA and all? If any main questions you remember, then what questions were those?
I had two interviews in Microsoft. In the first interview, there were two questions. The first question was on cadence algorithm, the one we use for maximum sum sub array. And the second question was a basic question on topological sorting. In my second interview, they first asked me about my project in Engage mentorship program, and then after that they asked me about how would you implement the Minesweeper game that everyone must have played on their PCs.
Mhm.
So that was an interesting question. Like I really loved that question, and it actually got correct output in my first attempt, and I was really happy about that.
Mhm. So the written round and the actual interview round.
No, both were interview rounds.
Acha.
I
Okay.
didn't have to give any written round because I had been selected through the Engage program, right?
Right. Right. Okay.